Hi, in this topic, we are going to discuss about economies of scale. Economies of scale means the advantage of large scale production in the form of less average cost. In other words, if a firm produces in bulk quantity, it can produce at less average cost. That is called the economies of scale. The economies of scale can be divided mainly into two. They are internal economies of scale and external economies of scale. Internal economies of scale means the advantage to an individual firm in the form of less average cost. We can say this includes the technical economies, commercial economies or buying and selling economies, financial economies, managerial economies, risk-bearing economies. These are the different types of economies an individual firm can gain by growing in size. We will see one by one. First one, the technical economies. Technical economies means if a firm employs specialized laborers, they can produce products at less average cost, so they can reduce the average cost. Next one is the use of the capacity of the machines. Sometimes the firms are using the full capacity of the machine. They can produce large quantities. So in such a case, they don't need to buy a new machine when they are increasing more production. So the average cost will be less. Next, the second one is buying and selling economies or the commercial economies. Sometimes the firms can buy the raw materials in bulk quantity if they are producing in large scale. That time that a particular firm can attain the economies of scale in the form of or the low cost they may get. The raw materials, the firms may get the raw materials in low cost, cheap cost if they are buying in large quantities from the suppliers of the raw materials. Such a way they can reduce the cost of production and reduce average cost. This is called the buying and selling economies or the commercial economies. Next one is financial economies. This is next advantage an individual firm can attain. That is, if firms are producing in large scale or bulk production time, the financial institutions may provide loans or finance at a cheap rate to the firms which are producing in large scale. So that is the advantage the large scale production will get, and they can produce at a less average cost. Cost of production will be less compared. Next, managerial economies. Managerial economies includes the employee of specialized accountants, marketing experts for their products, and lawyers. These kind of techniques the firm can use to reduce average cost. The last one is risk-bearing economies. Risk-bearing economies means firms can produce large quantity in diverse products. That means different range of products the firms can produce and attain less average cost. And individual firm is involved in the research and development. That is also will include the internal economies of scale. Next, we are going to see what is external economies of scale. External economies of scale means the advantage to the whole industry in the form of less average cost because of some reasons. The reasons or the scales are attained because of this external economies of scale. We can discuss below. First one is supply of skilled laborers. Sometimes some areas in the country, the skilled laborers will be available in plenty. So in such a case, not single firm, all the firms in the industry can make use of the skilled laborers and reduce the average cost and gain economies of scale. Next one is reputation. Sometimes some area or some country, some region have good reputation for some products. The firms working in that particular region or area, all the firms can produce or make use of that good reputation. Next, local knowledge. Many products, many firms can make use of a local knowledge to produce the products. That advantage the firms can make use of. All the firms will get the advantage of that local knowledge. Next one is infrastructure. Some area may be well known for some type of infrastructure. those infrastructure can be made use by the farms which are located in that particular area. The next one is training facilities. Some areas more training facilities will be there. For that we can say the chef. Any colleges or any institution have the course which are producing more chefs or some specialized skilled people. The people who coming out of the institution will get a job in all the farms which are working in that area, or the farms will get to the service of the trained people in a particular area. So the farms can make use of the specialized or trained employees of that particular area, and they can produce at less average cost. The total cost of production will be less. So we'll first revise all those three things we studied here. First one is economies of scale. The advantage of large scale production in the form of less average cost. Two types of economies of scales are there. First one is internal economies of scale. That means the advantage to an individual firm. Next one is external economies of scale. That is the advantage to the whole firms in the industry in the form of less average cost. Thank you.